There's nothing like standing on the outside rail, watching 10 of these beautiful creatures going full out. The hooves flying. You can hear them breathe if you're down there close to that fence. I think a lot of people like it.
Dave Tolle has been involved in the racing industry for more than 40 years.
The most successful horse that Karen and I have ever been involved in was a horse called Turn Point. To be in the All-American fraternity, you have to make payments on these horses from the time they're born, or you have a choice to pay a late fee and go in when they're 2-year-olds. We took the choice to pay the late fee. It's $50,000.
Turn Point competed against 400 of the best juvenile quarter horses in the country. He had the fastest time.
These horses are cared for better than, I hate to say it, but some people's children. They live in environments that are next to perfect, and they are attended to from 5 o'clock in the morning till sometimes, if they're racing at night, midnight, and the crew stays right there with them. The cost of training a racehorse is pretty intense. About $50 a day, 365 days a year when they're running, just to feed them, bed them down, and exercise them. Above that, the owner gets to pay for the farriers, the veterinarians, and the other added expenses that come along with taking care of a horse. The horse racing industry will support in Kansas businesses in every county from border to border. The list of needed items is lengthy. Feed dealers, bedding, hay dealers, veterinarians, tack shops, hardware stores, trucks, trailers.
Dave and his wife have been involved in Kansas racing legislation since the early 1980s.
What we're trying to do now is pass legislation that exists with disparities. For the racetracks to operate with electronic gaming machines, they have to pay the state of Kansas 40% of the net machine income in the form of a tax, while the standalone casinos that are owned by the state pay 22%. We think that's wrong. When the Woodlands was open, we saw families out there on the apron beside the track, kids playing on the jungle gym, above and beyond all of the personnel that it takes to operate a casino. You have to have stewards, you have to have judges, you have to have a gate crew, you have to have a starter, you have to have a paddock judge, you have to have track maintenance people, you have to have a stable area superintendent, you have to have a licensing office, you have to have security, you have to have veterinarians, you have to have test barn personnel, you have to have ambulances. These are all jobs that are important to Kansas and jobs that we've lost. 40% is zero, and my arithmetic is zero. 22% is something. It's really something. It's big money for the state of Kansas. Race for Kansas is a win for Kansas. We need to all think about that.